A large crowd gathered in the ABAC dining hall to celebrate bringing in food that was grown right here in Georgia. ABAC President David Bridges and the Georgia Ag Commissioner Gary Black spoke about the importance in Georgia-grown products. The students agree too.
I think it's super cool that ABAC's doing Georgia Grown because, it's just a great way to give back to our communities.
Well, obviously the food tastes better.
They also honored the artist who painted the mural. The ceremony ended with a ribbon cutting, a chocolate milk toast, and some famous ABAC fried chicken. Make sure to keep a lookout for the Georgia Grown label to support farmers in your community. For Stallion TV, I'm Randy Sumner.
My dad believed there were two kinds of people who inherit the earth, and those were the saints and the poets. So, I was never going to get there with the sainthood thing.
Pegasus Literary Magazine sponsored author and activist Janice Ray to come speak at Bowen Hall about her advice for aspiring authors.
Every opportunity you have to write anything and get published anywhere you can. Start at the absolute bottom. And that's what I was doing in high school and college. I was publishing in my little weekly paper, anytime I could get anything out in print, I did. But by the constellations formed by many voices, many characters, and many epiphanies.
And why she believes that college students from rural communities should return to their hometown upon graduation.
Well, I think rural communities across the USA are suffering from a lack of education because most kids like you guys, that you leave these little towns like Alapahaw and Stillmore and all of them and go get an education and you never go back. So those places get more and more depauperate.
Her writing has inspired many people, including ABAC's own Ginger Orton.
So I read her book and I decided that it was my virtue and my quest to go get as educated and worldly as I possibly can and not take that and invest it in a New York or a Macon or a Columbus or a California, but to come back to Tazewell, Georgia and reinvest not only in the sustainable land practices that we want to instill in my family's farm, but to help create that intellectual community in rural South Georgia. And
greatness can mean many different things, and that I too might wish for greatness and attempt to reach it.
For Stallion TV, I'm Randy Sumner. ABAC kicked off Halloween with the annual Fall Festival at the Lakeside Lawn. The first 100 students who showed up were given a free t-shirt. Students beat the heat while enjoying free food and drinks. There were a lot of activities that students participated in. I also interviewed a few students about what their favorite part of the festival was.
The food!
And just like that, the Fall Festival was a knockout. For Stallion TV, I'm Randy Sumner.